While repairing the car, the man suddenly noticed a terrifying thing. He noticed that the iron part under the paint of the car was shining like gold. To clear his doubts, he started rubbing it vigorously. But the more he rubbed, the bigger the gold part started to grow. Shocked, he quickly opened the engine cover. There were scratches in several places there too. Within a short while, the gold color emerged from there too. Now he was completely sure. His old, broken car, which he had bought for a cheap price, was actually made of pure gold. The young man started trembling with excitement at this sudden, huge wealth. But he didn't want anyone to notice anything. So he quickly painted the exposed parts again and covered them up. Then he cut off a small part of the car's exhaust pipe. He thought he would have the purity of the gold tested. But when the gun shop owner polished it, his eyes rose to his forehead. He looked at the boy in disbelief and said, "The purity of this gold is much higher than any gold in the market." He asked where he got such a thing. The man lied on the street. Suddenly, the shopkeeper found more. He didn't ask, just wrote down his phone number and said that he would buy all the gold he had at the highest price in the market. But none of them knew that a black gang was also desperately looking for this gold. Their boss had secretly converted all his wealth into gold before his death. But no one knew where the gold was hidden. Because of this, the boss's grandson Shuai was also in danger. No matter how much he was tortured, Shuai kept saying that he didn't know anything. Seeing his persistence, a gangster cut off his toes with pliers. Meanwhile, the man secretly went to the previous owner of the house and gave him a large amount of money to thank him. The man was surprised. Why all of a sudden such money? But just then, some gang members arrived there. Realizing that the situation was bad, the man quickly took the car and fled. The gang members narrowly missed the golden car. However, the man who sold the car was not so lucky. On the other hand, Shuai's bodyguards arrived in time and rescued him. But while running on the road, the man accidentally hit a person with his car. He quickly took him under a tree. He wanted to leave some money and leave. Just then, the previous owner called. The man was about to hang up. Suddenly, an unfamiliar voice was heard. In fact, the man was under the control of the gang. The shopkeeper informed that the golden car was now with this man. Before the man could say anything, Shuai regained consciousness. Thinking the man was a murderer, he punched him to the ground. The phone connection was cut off. The gang leader, who was fuming with anger, ordered the unfortunate man to be removed. Meanwhile, after some conversation, they learned the truth of the whole incident. The root of all the problems was this golden car. They decided to escape across the border. But so that the car would not fall into the hands of the gang, he took his injured companion to his girlfriend's house. He treated him normally. Then he told her the whole incident, but the girlfriend, seeing his frightened face, became suspicious. He must have committed some crime. Not wanting to get involved in the trouble, she secretly called the police. Both of them were taken to the police station. After investigation, it was proven that they were innocent. They were released. But fearing the gang, they prepared to escape across the border. Little did they know that the gang was already watching them. To escape, Jack slammed on the accelerator of the car and slammed straight into the obstacle in front. Finally, they were able to temporarily escape from the gangs. The two quickly set off from the border. They thought that they would be safe once they left the country. But suddenly, the tire of the car hit a nail and burst. Seeing no way out, they separated. Jack went to find a nearby garage and Mike went out to ask for directions to cross the border. In a short while, Jack found a garage on the side of the road. But the garage owner realized that he was not a local. He took advantage of the opportunity and demanded a large sum of money. Jack agreed to the unfamiliar place, but while fixing the car, the mechanic suddenly realized the secret inside the car. Out of greed, he suddenly punched Jack to the ground. On the other hand, Mike got into trouble while asking for directions. The police were searching the border area. Suddenly, he picked up a watermelon. He pretended to be a foreign buyer and started muttering in a strange language. The police got annoyed and left him. Meanwhile, Jack got the grand back and ran away without a moment's hesitation, but the old man who sold watermelons that Mike saw was actually an acquaintance of the garage owner. They found out that the two were ganging up on them in a strange way. The garage owner decided to help them. He redecorated the gold car and its appearance changed. As a token of gratitude, Jack gave them a piece of gold. They thought that this time the gang would not recognize them anymore, but just then a red car pulled up in front of the shop. The gang members surrounded them. The gang members said that they were looking for a white car. The mechanic calmly said that he had never seen such a car. He offered them a cigarette and wanted to send them off. But suddenly the murderer said his name. Hearing the name, everyone ran away in fear. That was the gang leader's most dangerous accomplice. He could tell that two people were inside. But instead of going inside, he opened the back of the car and took out a rocket launcher. He looked at the car and challenged. Then he fired a rocket towards the garage. The two were almost disoriented in fear. They drove fast to escape. But how fast could the gold-laden car go? The killer chased them from behind. The shooting began. Seeing no way out, they turned the car around and fled. But suddenly the car fell into a ditch. Even then, the killer did not stop. He looked at the river and started shooting. Just then, a hunting dog came in front. Before the killer could understand anything, several armed military vehicles arrived. The military arrived on alert at the sound of the gunfire. The killer was immediately arrested. Meanwhile, the two who fell into the river miraculously survived. Their car floated on the water and finally reached another country. There they pulled the car to the shore. Their lives changed completely because of this golden car. This is where the video ends. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to get more such good videos. Thank you all.